what you will learn in this episode.
The surprising reason most vocab flashcards hold you back from fluency.
How one tiny shift in your flashcard routine can rewire your brain to think in English.
Why blending in with native speakers takes more than just good grammar.
How to trick your brain into staying in English, even when it desperately wants to switch back.
Welcome to the deep dive. So today we're tackling something really central to getting fluent in another language.
Yeah, how to stop translating everything in your head, right?
Exactly. We want to explore how you can actually train your brain to think directly in that new language. It makes such a difference to confidence.
Oh, absolutely. It's a huge hurdle for so many learners. You know the words, you know the grammar, but that constant mental back and forth, it just slows you right down.
Makes conversations feel kind of clunky.
Definitely. Less natural.
Okay, so let's get into it. We found some, seemingly contradictory advice out there, like stop translating, but also hints that, maybe you do use it sometimes. How does that work?
Right, it can be confusing. I think the key is seeing translation as maybe a very temporary first step, like a bridge you cross quickly.
A bridge.
Yeah, like when you first meet a word. Maybe you go from, say, Russian to English, then to Spanish. But the goal is to get rid of that bridge fast.
Ah, okay. So build a direct connection.
Exactly. Take hairdryer. You might initially link Russian fen to English hairdryer, then to Spanish el secador, or Chinese chufengji.
Right.
But what you want is to use pictures on your flashcards. See the hairdryer? Think el secador. See it. Think chufengji.
You bypass the English and the Russian altogether.
Precisely. Because cognitively, that direct link is just faster. When you're speaking Spanish, you don't want your brain going, el secador, el secador. That's too slow.
Too much processing power.
Way too much. You want picture el secador. Instant recall. Stronger connection.
Okay, so minimize translation. It's okay if it happens sometimes, but try to reduce it. Even like 10% less is progress.
Totally. It's gradual. And actually, tools can help here too. Things like Quillbot, for instance. It can help you understand definitions in the target language.
Using its translator or paraphraser within the language itself.
Yeah, so you're staying immersed, using the language to understand the language.
Right, which leads to the next point. How do you make these new words stick without just translating definitions back to your native tongue?
Context. Context is everything. Learning words just on their own isn't nearly as effective.
So not just el secador on a flashcard.
Well, maybe with a picture, but even better is putting it in a sentence. Like, my hairdryer is purple. Mi secador es morado.
Okay. We saw that great example with the Chinese word for to lose a job, xie. Just the characters are tough.
Very abstract.
But putting it in a sentence like, many people lost their jobs during COVID. Suddenly it clicks.
Because it's relatable, it's anchored in something real.
Yeah.
And that's key, making sentences that connect to your life, your experiences, or things happening now. Your brain holds on to it better.
So on your flashcards, sentence in the foreign language on the front.
And the answer, like the meaning or explanation, also the foreign language on the back. Keep pushing yourself out of your native language comfort zone.
Okay, this is starting to sound like more than just vocabulary. It feels like it connects to this idea of a secondary linguistic personality.
Absolutely. Language and culture are, they're woven together. Learning a language opens up a whole new cultural world.
And research backs this up.
Yeah, there's this model of language personality having linguistic, communicative, and cultural parts. And honestly, it's often the cultural bit that makes the biggest difference in sounding, truly fluent or native-like.
So you could have perfect grammar, great vocabulary, but still seem a bit off.
Like an alien, as one source put it, if you don't get the cultural nuances, the humor, the slang.
Like that example with the Spanish teacher, explaining Mexican slang for laziness, hueva, instead of the standard tengo flojera.
Exactly. Knowing those little things helps you fit in, sound more natural, and understand conversations on a deeper level. It's part of thinking within that culture.
Okay, building vocabulary and context, understanding culture. How can tech help us practice thinking more directly? AI, maybe.
AI can be a great practice partner. First step, maybe get familiar with the most common words, like Gabriel Weiner's list of 625 basic words. It's a solid foundation.
Right, the core vocabulary.
Then, once you have some basics, you can use something like ChatGPT to create situations.
How would that work?
Well, say you're learning location words. You could prompt it like, Hey, tell me about the city you live in. What's it like? And then you practice your answer using the words you know.
I see. Or maybe about your house. Describe your house to me.
Yeah. It forces you to actively use the vocabulary in a conversational context, not just passively review it. It's active recall practice.
Moving from just knowing the word to actually using it to express something.
That's the goal. It creates those active pathways.
So this all sounds great, but let's be real, it's hard. Your brain wants to go back to your native language.
Oh, absolutely. It's the path of least resistance. It feels uncomfortable pushing yourself to think differently.
That discomfort is normal then.
Totally normal. And honestly, you have to kind of embrace it, lean into it. Practice makes, well, not perfect, but maybe comfort.
Practice makes comfort. I like that. The more you do it, the less scary it feels to make mistakes or search for a word.
Exactly. You get better at finding other ways to say things. You get more comfortable not being perfect.
We even saw that someone mentioned still feeling awkward sometimes in English, even after years.
It shows it's an ongoing journey. But remembering why you're learning, the connections you make, that helps you push through.
So wrapping up, it really is about actively trying to build this sort of second brain, engaging directly with the language, context, and culture, and minimizing that translation step.
It's about rewiring, building new habits. It takes time, but it's doable.
So the final thought for you listening, what's one small thing, one tiny step you could take today to translate just a little bit less and immerse yourself more directly in the language you're learning?